Hi everyone, Victoria Cochran here, live on Wednesday, the something or other of November. Oh, I should know that. 6th, is it? Goodness me, time goes so quickly, as I say every week. So I hope you're all well, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you all again. And I'm just checking actually that I'm not blurry. I'm in my room today, so seems to be not blurry, so that's good. So today, going to be talking about master numbers. I had a text from my friend Angie down in Hobart today asking if I could talk about 1111. So I said sure. So I've been doing a little bit of homework on it and did a bit of channeling, but also, and there's number 11 people viewing at the moment. Goodness me, that's very funny. So I've been doing a bit of homework on it and asked Archangel Michael to the 6th. Thank you. Yes, thanks, Kerry. To give me some info. Also looked up Joanna Sacred Scribes because that's a really great website and no need to be reinventing the wheel, but also using Scripting of Destiny, just looking up the meanings of each ray, the 1st to the 7th ray, and so that was really good. Hi Teresa, great to see you. So a lot of people do see recurring numbers all the time, and it's a good topic actually, because if it can drive you mad if you're seeing them. And a lot of people see different sequences, you know, 1917 or 1956 or whatever it is that you see. But today we'll be talking about the numbers like 111 or 1111. 222, that kind of thing, that we do see, and the possible meanings of them. So yeah, pop your comments up if you do see numbers, and we can actually do a bit of an investigation on them. But Joanna Sacred Scribe numbers is really good. Doreen Virtue does have a book out on numbers, and so she has meanings for those as well. So they're pretty easy to look up and to reflect on what's going on in your life at the time. But I did ask Archangel Michael to tell me a little bit about what they mean, and they are master. We call them master numbers. So went to Launceston on the weekend and checked into a hotel, and the room number was 222. It was just, that's amazing. I just love it. I just love those sequences of numbers. I like getting up in them, you know, and just seeing that it's just gone 333 or something. So they signify generally messages from your masters and angels. And if you're seeing them all the time, then they're really quite significant and should be listened to, because they're messages particularly for you. I asked Archangel Michael, because sometimes we can see 2 numbers, or we can see 3 of the same numbers, or we can see 4 of the same number. And he said that 2 numbers together means, cool, we'll look them up, thanks Kerry, progress is being made, or you're just starting out and you're making progress. Hi Janelle, I thought that was you, great to see you. 3 numbers together means taking action, like it's time to act now, and when you act you will start to manifest things, and that your plans are actually coming to fruition. 4 numbers means that the abundance is rolling in, and you are starting to see everything, to reap the rewards for everything that you've done. It can actually take years for it to happen, but just to see those recurring numbers actually just is good, and will help you to think that things are going to plan. So the number 0, because we see 111 and, you know, all of that, but the number 0, when I was going to work, I was last year and driving, quite often I'd look at the clock and it was 8:08, or it would be 7:07 or something like that. Great, Margaret. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about these meanings. So 0 is infinite, and I see that as the Christ consciousness. You know, the infinity symbol goes that way, but 0 is also infinity. It's a gateway to infinity because it's never ending. And so I looked it up on Sacred Scribe, but it's recurring numbers with 0, such as 101, 909, etc., mean you have endless opportunities within the meaning of those other numbers. So if it's 707, well, 7 is the seventh ray, it's the violet flame, your connection to the all. So it's like now your kind of your spiritual awareness and awakening is happening, and you've got the endless abundance of the universe at your fingertips. That's kind of the way I see it. So it's actually an amazing number, 0, and it's also like new beginnings right at the start of something. But what Joanna says is that 0 is the number of the God force and universal energies, and reinforces, amplifies and magnifies the vibrations of the numbers it appears with. The number 0 encompasses the attributes of all other numbers. It's a bit like the white light encompasses all the colours in the spectrum, so the same kind of thing, and brings one closer to the God force or source. So to have 0 in your number, so my birth date is 10th, the 10th, so and that comes back of course to a 1, but to have that 0 in it, it's the Christ consciousness, and so that's kind of, I like that. Lots of threes with 3, lots of things with 3s. Isn't it great that we're talking about numbers today, because so many people can resonate with numbers. The number 0 resonates with the vibrations and energies of eternity, infinity, oneness, wholeness, continuing cycles and flow. So that's just, you know, so 0 is a very significant number on its own. It's not actually in all the sequences on the page of Joanna Sacred Scribe, but you can actually click on another link and it takes you to it. Oh, and I just mentioned 10, and now there are 10 people viewing. Unbelievable. Oh, don't go off. Okay, so to see ones then means that the path you tread is, you know, that you're on the right path. So I've always known it as that you're on the right path, and it's a message that you don't need to change, that things are going well. But also it's the number of the first ray, which is divine will, protection, purpose, power. So it's life's purpose. So if you see 111 all the time, then you're actually stepping into your life purpose and on the path of awakening, and that it is the right path for you, even if you're not sure. And so it's stepping into your power. You know, it's the first ray. That's so we can think of the base chakra, so in your divine power, grounded and in your own, really in your own power and sense of self. So it's a really amazing, wonderful number to be seeing all the time. The repeating number 1 sequence in all its forms, so whether it's 1, 111, 11, 4 ones, whatever, is most often the first sequence that appears to many people. So if you just keep seeing it and it's not changing, she says to acknowledge it, to actually acknowledge, thank you for showing me these numbers, and thank you for telling me that I'm on the right path and that this is my life's purpose. And so, and then once you do that, then you'll start to move into 2s and 3s. also, it's the number sequence, once you've done that, it changes to another combination along with new messages. Many people associate the repeating 111, so 1111 with a wake-up call or awakening. And if you're stepping into your life's purpose, then you will start to awaken, and you will start to notice that your consciousness is rising higher and that you are on the ascension path and starting to be a bit more aware of other people's journeys and not so judgmental. So it's actually a really great one. Yeah, numbers in sequences. 1717 is the number I see a lot, or 17, born on 7th. Wow. So that's fantastic. Okay, so then it's a code of activation. Yeah, so it's like you're setting off on your path. It's your life's purpose path. You're stepping into your power and you're activating your connection to your own spiritual divine will. Wow. My father passed on the 1st of the 1st. Yeah, and that was his time. You could read that as that was his time, that he is passing over. He passed over to step further develop his spiritual journey and perhaps become a guide, or so that is a beautiful message from him that it was time for him to go. So I would say that he was a higher soul who'd done what he needed to do and was moving forward. Really? The 12th of the 12th, 1962. Wow, twos are all your thing then. Yeah, so that is very significant. My son was born on the 11th, but that was 1985. Yeah, so he wasn't born at 11 o'clock though. He was born at 2 in the afternoon, or 3 in the afternoon. Okay, so also it can also be seen as a key to unlock the subconscious mind and reminds us that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience rather than physical beings embarking upon spiritual experiences. So if you're seeing a lot of ones, it's just reminding you of who you are, particularly if you're having a tough time or not feeling that you are on the right path, or just a lot of blockages in the way. It's like just stand in your power and just say thank you for my abundance, thank you for being with me, guides and angels, and thank you for the messages. And then all of a sudden it should all just kind of open up. So it is beautiful. So 2 is the number. So I channeled with Archangel Michael. The first thing he told me, because I know when I pull out 2 with the tarot, it's kind of the card of fluctuation and indecision. Can be a little bit of resistance or stubbornness or whatever. But it's also the number of resilience. So if you can sort of acknowledge that you're on the path and then you start seeing 2s, then it's actually that even though changes will start to occur, that you are resilient and that you've got this pretty much. Stay on your path, know you're protected, because it's a settling period. So once you start, acknowledging that you're awakening and that you do start to, you don't become a different person, but you are a little bit, you're a little bit different to your friends and family. And when you start to particularly for me, when I kind of started doing this, and it was completely different to what I've been doing before, when I started talking about archangels and crystals and pendulums and creator and everything. It's like, well, that's not you. But when you stand in that power, you go back to the 111. It's like standing in your power and saying, acknowledging it to yourself too, that this is the right path and that this is really working and will be fantastic. Then the changes that you've accepted will then ripple out and people will accept the changes as well. And so it's just that little bit of settling in period of 2 is like a little bit of conflict, a little bit of resistance to the changes, but then the resilience and determination to stay on that path. And it's a master builder number, 222 or 2222. It's the second ray too. The second ray is illumination, wisdom and karma. So to me it's like the resolution then. Once you're on your path with the ones and you acknowledge that and you're in your power and like, hell yes, I'm on this train, then you start to access your higher wisdom, you start to see things more clearly, and you start to resolve all the karma and all the issues. You start to let go of the past and resolve all that. And I went through that for a few years, but people are going through it much more quickly now because we don't have so much time. You know, we've got to really wake up and get on with it. So it's about riding the wave. You know, once we've started and activated, we're on that wave, and it's like, crikey, this is different. But staying with it and just knowing that we're building now and that they're moving forward into better times. So that's what 2 is. And so if you've been born in on a 2, then you're ready to go. You know, it's like you might have your psychic powers might have come in a lot more quickly, or you've kind of just you know a lot more things than you thought you should, or whatever. It's kind of 2 is like ready, you're building already, rather than just kind of coming in on the 1 where you are waking up. And I didn't wake up till I was 48, and that was nearly 11 years ago, because I'll be 59 next Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 10th of November. So, you know, it's been a journey, that's for sure. But I did have to do a lot of building and letting go, and that took me a few years. So now, I don't know what numbers I see, actually. I'll have to take notice. Hopefully 7s, because 7 is my favourite number. So, okay, so 3, I've always known as, you know, to see 333 is to know that the Masters of Light are with you, and that the Masters, because Masters have lived lives on Earth, so they know what it's like to be in a human body, and they're honouring you and protecting you and letting you know that all is well. And so also the message is for you to keep the faith as you follow your dreams and continue to build on your plans, and to remind you to ask for help. Because remember, you know, we have to ask for help. Not even God can help us unless we give permission. So it's just like ask and it will be given. The 3rd ray is that of active creative intelligence. So, you know, once we've started on our path, and then when we get to a 3, we start to bring in the creativity and start to really create. So it's going from the acknowledging that we're on our path, and then to ride the wave of, you know, that it's the right thing. Hi, Lorraine. And then to actually start to create. So a 3 is the active, creative number of putting it all in motion and getting it all together, and starting to build our soul family and build more tolerance around ourselves and other people, and create unity. So number 3, if you're seeing 333, the Masters are saying, you go girl, or you go fella, because you're now actively creating your dreams, and believe in what you're doing, because what we believe we create. So it's like, hold the faith, this is going well, you know, and we're with you as you're putting your dreams into motion and actually creating them. So it's actually the active creative number, but it's also tolerance and unity. So if you're seeing that all the time and someone's not being very tolerant or there's a lot of scattered energy, then use that master number to start to really focus, because what we intend, we create. So to really intend and focus on creating unity, more unity and tolerance within what you're creating. That's how I would read that. So the 3 is a really wonderful number, and also there's a law of 3. So the power of 3, you know, everything is 3. When you want to make a decree, it is done, it is done, it is done. You know, go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. They have to go. And so it's a very powerful number, 3, of creation. So you could look at it as starting to really bring in your powers of manifestation. And if you really believe that you can create, then you will manifest what you want to create. So 3 is like action. We're doing it. It's happening, and starting to see the progress. So 4, I've always seen 444 as the number of the archangels and the angels, and messages from the angels that blessings are coming your way, and to hold the faith and stay on, because 4 now is like, it's really starting to build, and it's actually starting to make an impact on the world, and that what you've created is now actually starting to reap some rewards and show an impact upon other people, and they will magnify your energy. So asking them for help, well, they will actually magnify your energy, and actually help you to stay on the path and bring it into fruition. 4 is also the number of harmony, creativity and beauty. So it's about seeing beauty in all things, and actually, you know, with the number 3 was tolerance and unity, and with tolerance and unity you go to a 4, which is creating harmony, and actually starting to really enjoy what you're creating, and bringing it to people in service without ego, and dropping the ego and actually just doing it because you love doing it. Of course, you need that exchange of energy, but it's creating with harmony and balance and beauty. Also, it's a number of humility. So that's what I was saying about dropping the ego, is that you're in service, you're creating, you're enjoying what you're doing, and you're delivering it with humility and grace and no ego, and it creates harmony and balance for other people. So 444, if you're seeing 4444, it's like, wow, your creation is like, it's gone from this big, it's like, and the angel's going, well done, and supporting you on that journey. So then we get to the 5, and 5 is change, quite often change, and we create that when we create something new, don't we? And it's building, and it's blossoming, and it's impacting lives. Then it creates change for us, and it can bring us to a crossroads where people don't understand it, and it can just create a little bit of resistance. So 2 and 5 are the numbers of resistance and change, and sometimes coming to a bit of a crossroads, and we've got big enough now that we can expand, but do we go this way, or do we stay on the path? And so it's a number of change, but I think it also signifies that the veil is lifting, and that we're starting to see things a lot more clearly, and friends that we thought were friends will perhaps drop away, and or family may come into conflict because they just don't like the new you, because it challenges them, and all their insecurities just start to come out. And so people and things might start to drop away because what you've created now is bringing a new vibration in, and some people aren't ready for that. And so 5 can be a bit of a challenge, but it can also be really exciting because it means that you've let go of the past and the new is ready to come in. And so it's just like go with the flow, be in divine flow, and allow whatever has to change, and just know that you're always protected and supported in that. And it's also, you see, it's bringing in that it's concrete science. So the 5th ray is concrete science, knowledge and healing. So change can also mean that the tolerance and unity and harmony in the lower numbers is actually now bringing everyone together, and a lot of healing has occurred, and that brings a lot of change for everyone. That is really a blessing. But it's also lifting the veil on what's any hidden agendas, or so bringing in that knowledge to actually allow whatever is not serving anyone to actually go. So, you know, the more 5s you're seeing, the more you're on the path with that. You know, remember Archangel Michael said 2 numbers means progress, 3 means action, that it's actually been created, and 4 means you're ready to move on, you're reaping the rewards of that, and that you're ready to move on to the next number. So you just acknowledge and thank them, thank the Masters and Angels and Creator for guiding you and helping you to work through this stage, and to bring in all the blessings, and to just allow whatever needs to be released. So 6, the 6th ray is the ray of devotion, mercy and grace. And so the number 6 is the number of Christ, that I remember, spiritual practice and trust in your connection. So you're actually just about there. You know, you start to actually become more likely to meditate and to evolve in your spiritual practices, and to actually practice what you preach now. And sorry, don't know what happened there. And so it's about just bringing all that in. I'm just going to check my connection here and see if I'm a bit blurry. Don't seem to be, so that's good. Yeah, so the 6th ray is devotion, and actually starting to be really grateful for everything that's coming in. And even though we don't feel like we're exactly there, you know, not quite there, that it's all starting to evolve. And so if you're seeing 666, then it's not the devil's number. It's the number of it's an acknowledgement that you are now in touch with your own spirituality, that your divine will and purpose is being realized, and that you are in your own divinity. And that's wonderful. So the 7 then is ceremonial order, the violet flame, freedom, purification, connection to the all, divine flow. So it's the 7th chakra, it's the crown chakra, and it's like you're now connected, you're open, and you're receiving the information of a lot more higher order. So that's really the numbers in a nutshell. And then when you get the combinations of the 1 and the 7, then, you know, Joanna will say, you know, that the number 17 has the attributes of the number 1 and the number 7, but then you can combine it to make an 8. So you really need to kind of look it up and see what it all means. Particularly if you're seeing it all the time. Does the date you are born on have any indication in your life of who you are? Amazing, wonderful question. Don't know, we'll have to ask that one. I know astrologists would say yes, you know, it aligns to the stars and all the rest. But let me just connect to Archangel Michael the date and time you are born are not always written, but yes, they do affect the way you are, because every number and who you are, because what he's saying to me is that every number has a frequency and a meaning, just like every colour and ray of light so it has a frequency and a vibration. So yes, the date and the time all combine with the different meanings and frequencies of those numbers to actually influence who you are. And so he's also saying to me that if you're born at a time that's not congruent with who you've agreed to be, now let me just explain that. We are born in, we move around in soul families. We choose the day that we're going to be born. We choose the day we're going to leave. So within our soul contract, we choose the lessons that we're going to learn and how long we need to be on earth for in order to do that. And sometimes it's a long time and sometimes it's not very long. But then we choose our parents and all the rest of it, and we generally choose our gender, but that can sometimes go wrong because of the form that's available and all of that. So if something happens where we're born on a day or a time due to physical interference, so the body's not right, or the mother has trouble, or some kind of thing, then it can actually affect us physically and emotionally. So like if there's trouble with the birth and therefore you're born at a different time that was arranged, then you might actually have trouble assimilating into life in a form more. You might actually have some kind of you'll be out of alignment, so your body might be out of alignment, so the baby might be really windy or colicky, or so yes, it does. And that's actually a really good question, Lorraine, because I actually never really considered it like that. But I've just been doing some channelings on colours and the violet flame, and for my 4th book, and the mask, and Gary, my beautiful friend Gary Martin, who there's a page for him now, Solfeggio Sound Healing. I'm gonna have to put up a picture of it. He's actually shown it to be coming down in like a barcode, and so that was like, whoa. But it's not just the violet flame, it's all colours are coded. They're in you could code them to numerical sequences that then have a certain vibration. It's like sound healing has, every note has a different sound, vibration and tone that can actually put a certain chakra and everything into balance. And so it's the same with dates and things. Same with colours, can be put into numerical codes. And what I understand is that beings from other planets, everything is in code, everything is numerical sequence. So actually emotions can be put down into numerical code. And if we could put emotions into numerical code, then we wouldn't have all the trouble in the world, because we wouldn't get involved in all that negative emotional stuff. Pretty fascinating stuff, actually. So yeah, so I'm asking then Archangel Michael if your date and time can be put into one number. If you add them all up and divide it and put it all into one number, is that what you do? Or do you look at each number? He says much easier to put it all into one number. So, my date of birth actually equates back to a 1, which I think is why I took so long to wake up, that I had a lot of issues left to resolve before I could step into my path. But the actual time of my birth, not sure, 6:33 a.m. Whether, and that all goes back to a 3, does it? So I don't know. It's pretty wonderful thing, but yes, it does. Can you change it then? Of course, because if you have got a disposition to be negative, or that something around all your numbers means that you have trouble. Oh, born on the night. You can really zone out on crystal sounds, yeah. So when you find then the colour, the crystal, the number and everything that actually aligns to your birth date and time, then, oh my goodness, imagine the power of that. That's something to be explored a bit further. Yeah, but if you're out of balance and have been out of balance all your life, then it's about transmuting healing the discordant energy that came in around that time. And that's, I can work with Creator to do that. That's pretty easy to do. And or, you know, there have been children that I've worked with through their parents where they've just got so much past life stuff, they've actually been that has caused them to be angry, and so all that can be lifted. But yeah, really amazing question. So let's do some cards then. Let's do some Ascended Masters Oracle cards, seeing as we're talking about Masters and Archangels. And they don't actually have numbers on them, but I'm going to, I thought what I would do, 13th the 9th, 1974. And then if you say 1 and a 3 is 4, plus 9 is 13, so that equates back to a 4. And then that's 1 and 9 is 10, so that's a 1, so that's 5. And then 7 and 4 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you equate to a 6, do. So that's not a bad number. Yeah, and then if you added your time, that would be interesting to see if that changes things. I don't know. Do you use them together, Michael, or do you use them separately? The time. So your birth date is the most important one, and then the time will just change the frequency a little bit. So a lot of people will have been born on the 13th of the 9th, 1974, but then the time they were born will then just change the frequency of who they are. So you add in the time after you work out your birth date, and then it just tweaks things a bit. So what I thought, I would choose, so if you're seeing 1111 or 1 is your kind of number, then I'm going to ask the Masters for a message for you, for the collective, and then we'll go 222 right up to 7. We'll try and go to 9. What's the time? 20. I've got 20 minutes left. So for people who see 111 all the time, let's just ask the Masters for a reading and see how we go. Oh, there it is. No. There were 3 that came out, so I'll choose from those. So if you're seeing 1111 and you're awakening and stepping into your soul's purpose, the message for you is peace offering, white buffalo calf woman. I actually don't need to look the book up. If you look at the colour of that, it's like you're stepping into the light. It's like you are awakening, and now everything is just becoming, you're actually moving out of the 3rd dimension up into the 4th and 5th dimension, where you're starting to acknowledge that you have a spiritual connection beyond religion, and that you are stepping into your own divinity, you're on the path. And to be at peace with that, and to, when you acknowledge the light, that the Creator will really help you and guide you. So for all you people who are seeing 1111, welcome to your life's purpose and spiritual path. Look at all the white in that. White encompasses all of the colours and all of the numbers. So yeah, there you go. No, 0 does that, but still 1 is like you've stepped onto the path and you're in the light and being protected. So that's beautiful. Okay, so that's for the 111 people. If you're seeing predominantly 2s, here's a message from the Masters for you. Okay, that's great, Lorraine. Fantastic. Predominantly 2s, and the message is open your heart to love, and it's Jesus. So Jesus is seen as a religious figure, but he's actually a master working for the planet, and he knew exactly what was happening when he came to Earth, and he is the bridge. And so with 2, that is where we get a little bit of resistance and resilience. It's actually see everything with love and see everything with compassion, and know that everything and everybody has their own story, and that some people are never going to change or be open to change, so that you are loved and protected as you do. Hi Gabby. Yes, as you do hold the faith and stay on your path and work through the challenges that may present as you embrace the changes that are happening around you and within you. And remember, it's a ray of illumination, wisdom, and resolving of karma. So it would be easy then to get frustrated and angry with some people, but Jesus just says, open your heart to love and just allow yourself to love and be compassionate for people, but also allow Jesus to help you through this as well. No need for religion, just to allow him into your heart to help you through it. So, okay, for the 3s, where you're now being creative and creating and manifesting what it is that you would like to do, or within your soul purpose, the message is Manjushri, listen. So listen and notice the signs around you. Lovely, thank you, Trudy. Listen and notice the signs around you. Hi Danny, great to see you. So if you're seeing predominantly 3s and you're starting to manifest your dreams and be creative and see your dreams come to fruition, listen to the guidance around you. Don't ignore it, and allow them to to guide you. So people are sharing. That's awesome. Thank you. Hi Danny, I'm doing one for the collective today. I don't think I just won't have time to tune in to individual people, but that just reminds me that on a Wednesday I'm offering a 10% discount on my readings, and so thank you so much. If you have shared, then I'll pop in something else as well, like a free book or something. So I can be found here. You can message Sarah, she'll connect you to me, or I'm reaching out Spiritual News with Victoria Cochrane. That's my spiritual page. So by all means, please do share this video, and because it will resonate with a lot of people, and it's actually been enlightening for me as well. But I would love to connect with people, give you a 10% discount, so $10 off actually, my $60 half-hour reading and 10% off my $110 hour reading, which takes it to $99. So, and a free book if you've shared. So thank you for that. So for the people seeing 111, you're in the light, you're on your path. Congratulations. Number 2, as the changes occur, open your heart to all involved, but allow Jesus in to help you and guide you, and to love yourself, because you're riding that wave and it can be a bit wobbly. Number 3 is listen to all the signs and guidance as you're manifesting your dreams to reality, because you're really guided now. If you're seeing lots and lots of 4s, someone said they see 444 all the time, and 4 is the messages from the archangels and the angels that they're with you, but also it was harmony, creativity and beauty, and tolerance and unity. On me. I can certainly do that, Danny. Yes, thank you. I will. So if you're seeing lots of 4s, okay, here we go. That was just keeps cutting out on me. Just let me know if there's anything wrong with this transmission, please. Here we go. Number 4s. It's taking a while. So just got to be patient. If you're shuffling cards and it seems to take forever, that's okay. Just be really patient, and the right message will come out. This was the one I saw before. Ah, perfect. Persistence is called for. If you're seeing lots and lots of 4s now, you're really starting to see the blessings come, starting to reap rewards, but be persistent. If there are blockages on the way, remember we're moving into a 5 where changes are occurring, people might drop away, you might come to a crossroads. So and look at the lion's mane of this Lu. It's like a lion. Just be persistent, stand your ground, stand in your power, and just know that you're powering forward, even though it might seem the progress is slow. So if you're seeing lots of 444s, you're doing a really great job, and it's happening. Things are happening faster than you realise, that you need to be persistent, hold the faith, and ask your archangels for guidance and support and help. If you're seeing lots of 5s, today I'm using the Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, the Ascended Masters Oracle cards. Just seemed appropriate. Oh, here we go. For 5s, it is nurture yourself, Mother Mary. Mother Mary is also Archangel Raphael's female counterpart. So when times get a little bit tough, you need to remember that you're doing a great job and to take time out. Yeah, okay, Gabby says she's struggling. Yeah, so this would be for you as well, Gabby, if you're moving into 5, to nurture yourself and to know that, no, it doesn't, of course it doesn't feel that way. But to ask for help and to connect, meditate, and to be positive, you know, and to allow yourself to embrace the changes that are happening, and to see the positives. And keeping a gratitude diary might be a really wonderful thing to do. The worst things are, the more positive you need to be, and maybe just finding something to be grateful for every day would be the thing. I've just got to tell you this beautiful story. Mary's also called Mary, Queen of Angels, and I went to visit a fellow last week to deliver a raffle prize, because I'm in Rocky Cape Lions, so we had a big car show and he won a toolkit, and he'd been shining a light through a crystal stopper, and he clearly could see the face of a woman and a crown and sparkles all around. And I ended up staying for an hour, and it turned out to be Mary. He'd lost his wife 10 years ago. He's never got on over it, still really teary when he thinks about her, very lonely, lives by himself. So it was a message from Mother Mary to hold the faith, and that she is with him, and that he is loved and nurtured and never alone. And it was amazing. I'll try and bring it up just before I leave, just to show you, like, it was clearly there. It was amazing. So such a beautiful story, but amazing, like amazing. So if you're seeing 666, okay, work your magic. So, you know, I said 6 is like you're nearly there, and now you're stepping into your spirituality. Well, here's Saint Germain. Work your magic and start to really step into your spiritual practices, and to send love and healing to the world, and to actually acknowledge that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And look at that beautiful sacred geometry there. That is the dodeca diamond. You'll start to be linked to the crystalline grid. Your crystalline light body is coming in. Your consciousness is raising to a much higher vibration. It's all happening, and with love and faith, and faith in yourself and belief, you are actually just going to, the blessings and the abundance of the universe is open to you if you so believe it. Okay, so that just fell out. Thank you, Saint Germain. And if you're seeing 777s and you're up to 7, then here we are. 2 came out. Detach from drama, very important. So now, you know, with your connection and your light body in and everything, it's detaching from drama is really important. And even if you're at a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 1 or whatever, detaching from drama, because the veil is lifting, and so lots of skeletons are still coming out of spectacular closets, and we can get really immersed in that and really angry and all the rest of it, but sending love and peace and connecting to the light, and we can do a lot more good in the world if we're being really positive and sending positivity instead of getting really negative. Wow. So Gabby, I'm going to do a reading for you. I just feel that because you've been struggling for a while, I've seen you on here before. This is the second card for 777. And you know, Gabby, I said to you that it's now more than ever really, really important to be positive. The worse things are, the more positive you need to be. Well, that just confirms that. Power of joy. Joy spreads joy. And like attracts like. So what we put out, we get back. And so it's really, like, I've been worried about putting on a bit of weight. And it was only a couple of days ago, I just woke up to myself, and it's like I'm working against my body. So every time now I look at myself and I start to feel a bit flabby, I'll say thank you to my body for looking after me, for telling me what I need, for allowing me to eat more healthily. Thank you to my body for supporting me. I give blessings and gratitude to my body. And it's just really starting to turn my thinking around and be more grateful, and see myself as healthy and beautiful, and not, you know, with a double chin and all the rest. So honestly, if you're seeing 777, it's the 7th ray is the violet flame, freedom and purification of letting go of all those negative thoughts and actually being connected to the unconditional love of the Creator. And the rainbow is all the rays together, and the 7th plane is the Creator, which is unconditional love. Okay, so for Gabby, you're the lucky duck who gets a reading, only because I just feel that You know, this has been going on for a little while, and what I see for you will be really good for everybody. The Masters and Archangels acknowledge that you've been on a long journey, and it might seem that you're not getting very far, but the key lies in self-love and self-belief and forgiveness, allowing forgiveness in, and that's the seventh ray. And you know, the last three cards have actually been purple, in their purple. You know, actually the last, and the first one was too. Purple is the highest healing colour of the violet flame, and allowing that unconditional love in. So let's do a quick meditation, not just for Gabby, for everybody. Oh wow. I just saw a long path behind you, and it just might seem like you're never getting there, but it's all to do with self-love and self-belief, and something happened in your childhood where someone put you down or something, and you've just never really been told how beautiful you are. And so the Masters are telling you that, and the Archangels, and in the seventh plane, in the unconditional love of the Creator, there's nothing to be forgiven for. There's no conditions on love, and it's bliss, bliss. So to bring in forgiveness for yourself and for other people is to set you free, and that's what freedom means. You know, in the seventh plane, on the crown chakra, freedom from guilt, freedom from the past, freedom from having to look up to or live up to others, freedom from having to justify your very existence. And that's not just for Gabby, that's for a lot of you, is to know that when you can actually just connect to the Creator and just allow Him, His light to shine within you, go within and just give it to yourself, and that's the nurture yourself as well. So let's just do that very quickly. I'm just going to ask Creator to help with this meditation. See a light shining from your third eye, and it's shining out, but as you breathe in, it goes within, and it connects to a light coming in through your crown. So this is your this one is your spiritual, your inner wisdom and your spirituality connecting to Creator's light. Okay, so it's like the intersection of your own divinity with the divine, and that makes so much sense. I don't know why I've never done that before. So bring that light in, take a breath, hold it, and then breathe out and connect it to the unconditional love of the Creator, and bring it all the way down into your heart space. And take a breath and breathe it out around you. So now your divinity is connected to the divine love, unconditional love of the Creator. And His message is, I love you unconditionally. We are one. We are always connected. You are safe. Focus only on my love. Focus only on the light. All paths lead to the light. In the energy of oneness, there is no separation, there's no loneliness, there's no hatred. Have you got this? No, not until you believe you have. What is it that you can let go of? What is it that you can hang on to? balance the scales. So his message is release doubt, release anger, but work on seeing yourself with love as I see you with love. The path of adversity has the most lessons, but it also can bring the most blessings, because once you've integrated those lessons, then you don't have to go through that again. So what he's saying to me now, for Gabby but for everybody, is sit in your heart space, don't sit in your head, at the intersection of your own divinity and Creator's divine wisdom, unconditional love, and allow yourself to just be. Everything just is. In the seventh plane, in the unconditional love of the Creator, everything just is. There's no conditions, there's no past, there's no future. Everything just is in the now. So bring yourself into the now and just be, and then just release everything into the light. Thank the Creator for helping you with your problems and for allowing you to see clearly the path in front of you and where it is you are heading and what you need to do. But also in this light, it's the best time for manifesting. So focus on what it is you need, what it is you want. Breathe light and love into it. Thank the Creator for it, and then just send it off and let go of all expectations, and just give thanks for it, and just know that it will be. You need to believe you've got this, and it is the message for you was it's rooted in your lack of self-belief and self-love, releasing the past, forgiving the past, and just believing in yourself as a beautiful person. But it's not just for you. I'm sure this is for a lot of people. So for Gabby, but for the collective, the last card is, because I think Gabby represents the collective in a lot of ways. There's a lot of people who've been struggling, and a lot of they haven't got it, and that things aren't moving and they're not being helped. But that's actually not the case. And so to actually sit in your own energy but Creator's energy and just be, and breathe in that unconditional love and the adamantine particles of creation, and just see that sparkly light, or feel it around you, and just feel that bliss. Call in Jesus, please. Not if you're religious, awesome. If you're not, still call him in, because he is the one to help you to love yourself. And his energy is just, oh my goodness, it makes me cry. So the two cards that fell out, Angel of the Universe, you are being encouraged to expand your thinking. Know that the gifts of the universe are available for everyone. They're not exclusive. They're inclusive, but you have to believe in them. You have to believe that you're worthy of abundance, that you're worthy of being loved unconditionally, that you're worthy of belonging. You have to believe that. So expand your thinking and change your thinking from half full. Angel of Abundance, a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest, but you have to believe it to be so. Yeah, exactly. Anxiety will cloud us. We can just really become a bit kind of immersed in our own bubble of stuff. And so that connection between your own divinity, and so the sixth ray is your own spirituality, and the seventh ray is the source. And so when you connect them and bring them down, you're actually uniting yourself with the Creator's love, and there's no separation. Yeah, and the last one for everybody who's struggling: what you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. So Goddess of the Shadows, embrace all of you. Embrace the bad moods. Embrace everything about you to make you whole, and bring in your sacred fire and connect to the Creator, and just know that in every hidden or every moment of adversity or every situation, there's a blessing, and that if you don't embrace parts of you, you don't embrace the whole of you. And so it's really important to know that yes, you've got this, but you need to believe it. And I would start a journal, and I would start meditating and sitting in that beautiful unconditional love of the Creator, and pulling a card each day, and just just really start to watch your thoughts and start to really focus on the good things and what you want in your life and what's coming, not on what's behind you. When you focus on that, it's still there. It's gone. Let it go, and allow that love to come through you, and just be grateful for what you have, and just believe that things can get better, and then they will. So I really send you, Gabby, lots of blessings, but everybody else that can resonate with this this reading, to know that you need to love and accept yourself, and then it will all come back to you, because like attracts like, and when you put that out and you believe it, then everything will change. And it sounds simplistic, but it's not. And the last one, Goddess of the Sacred Path, let go of logic and trust your intuition. Okay? So I am running late. I am Victoria Cochrane on the northwest coast of Tasmania. I am reaching out spiritual news with Victoria Cochrane. I'm about to start working on my next monthly newsletter, so look out for that. And I will definitely inbox you if you would like me to. Remember, a $10 off my $60 half-hour reading, 10% off my 110-hour reading, and a free book if you share this video. But please say shared, so I can go through and see. Yes, something in your past, Gabby, something not feeling good enough probably, and trying to please other people, and not feeling that you are successful. So lots of work to do for you on self-love and self-acceptance, and belief that you can do this and that it's safe to do so. So if you do need help, please let me know, and perhaps we can do some work together. Okay, very important now to start letting go of your past, because it's affecting you in lots of ways. Lots of love to you, blessings to everyone, and I'll see you at the same time next week. Bye-bye.